During this event, one man was given control of a cavalry squadron and permission to attack his own lines in order to win a rebel leader's trust. One combatant during this event had a henchman who once shot a man to see which way he would fall, and rescheduled battles and executions to accommodate a film crew. The first ever aerial dogfight occurred during this conflict, during which another combatant arranged the assassination of a rival by his own honor guard. During this conflict, the 10 tragic days involved the assassination of Francisco Madero and the collapse of the Aguas Calientes Convention. For 10 points, name this conflict in which combatants included Venustiano Carranza, Alvaro Obregón, Emiliano Zapata, and Pancho Villa. And that would be the Mexican Revolution, or the Mexican Civil War. One man probably assassinated in this campaign was nicknamed Django. One leader participating in this campaign was responsible for a car bomb in Washington that killed Ronnie Moffett, as well as its target. A man involved in this campaign was accused of genocide against the Aceh people, and another man involved in this campaign. Another leader involved in this campaign is beloved in right-wing meme circles for throwing communists out of helicopters and organized the Caravan of Death. For 10 points, name this campaign that targeted João Goulart and Orlando Letelier, as well as torturing Jose Mujica, Michelle Bachelet, and Dilma Rousseff. And that would be Operation Condor. The Nor-Youngest Road, renowned for its danger, was built by POWs from this country. One leader of this country delayed a shipment from England until he could learn English and read the ship's books, which he did for all incoming ships. That leader pursued a policy of forced interracial marriage. Eliza Lynch, the mistress of one of his successors, was forced to dig that successor's grave. This nation's Children's Day falls on the anniversary of a battle at which it used child soldiers with painted beards and sticks to fight modern infantry regiments during a war in which they lost the siege of Jumiata. For 10 points, name this country that lost 2/3 of its male population in the War of the Triple Alliance. And that would be Paraguay. One dictator in this country used executioners in Santa suits to kill dissidents in a soccer stadium while blasting the song Those Were the Days, and another joined La Francophonie after feeling snubbed by his nation's former colonial power. This country was marred by intercommunal violence between the Bubi and the Fang. This country's founder compelled his people to refer to him as Papa and added his name to prayers in this country's Catholic churches. He was deposed in a coup by his nephew, the current president. This country was known as Rio Muni under colonial rule, and its capital is located on the island of Fernando Po. For 10 points, name this country which is not actually located on its namesake geographical feature. And that would be Equatorial Guinea. An Australian expedition to this place was recalled after the death of Belgrave Ninnis. The Little America base was located here, and another expedition to this region used the Fram, the former ship of the creator of a passport for stateless peoples. This location was first sighted by Fabian von Bellingshausen, and Troll Station is located here. Another expedition to this location was marooned on Elephant Island before being relieved by the Yelko. Yet another expedition inadvisably used tractors and horses for transport. Queen Maud Land and Ter Adelaide are areas of this location, which contains research stations such as Dome Fuji and Shangsan. For 10 points, name this continent that contains stations named after Douglas Mawson, Robert Scott, and Roald Amundsen. And that would be Antarctica. A Napoleonic-era army regiment from Brunswick that fought at Quatre Bras was often known by this color. Count Fulk III of Anjou, nicknamed after this color, was known for murdering his enemies and being the ancestor of the House of Plantagenet. One faction named for this color advocated imperial expansion of Florence and expelled Dante Alighieri for opposing them. Ichstein was the motto of one prince known by this color. That prince won the Battle of Nájera while campaigning to restore Pedro the Cruel to the Castilian throne, as well as the battles of Poitiers and Crécy. For 10 points, name this color by which Edward of Woodstock is often known. And that would be black. One man who claimed to invent this object derived inspiration for it by looking at a potato field in Idaho. That man's progress was delayed when his laboratory burned down twice. Another man who claimed to have invented this device said of it, "I never let my children near the thing." A doll's head was used in the first demonstration of this device, and Johann Hittorf used a Crookes tube to discover a type of radiation key to the functioning of this device. A process called degaussing had to be used on early versions of this device. For 10 points, name this device that originally used a cathode ray tube to send visual signals. And that would be television. One leader of this modern-day country was mired in scandal when his army chief attempted to deposit a gold bar at a local bank branch. One king in this modern-day country who was exiled after taking the presidency was nicknamed King Freddy. The traditional kings of this country are titled Kabakas, and the aforementioned leader was overthrown in a coup by General Basilio Okello. One leader in this country called his secret police the State Research Bureau and caused an international outcry when he killed Archbishop Janani Lawum. The current president of this country was once the leader of the National Resistance Army. For 10 points, name this country where the Luero Triangle was the site of abuses by Apollo Milton Obote and the raid on Entebbe occurred. And that would be Uganda. This island was the site of a native rebellion over suspicion of poisoned wine that resulted in the execution of 37 conspirators. This island was also the site of Koshimaine's rebellion and Shakusaine's rebellion. A city on this island hosted the 1972 Winter Olympics. This island was declared a republic with the assistance of Jules Brunet in 1869. A strait separating this island from another was the site of a battle in which the Petropavlovsk was sunk, and it is separated by the Leprouse Strait from a territory once known as Karafuto. For 10 points, name this island, the site of several Ainu rebellions, and the city of Sapporo, as well as the basis for the Pokemon region of Sinnoh. And that would be Hokkaido. One treaty was signed in this city by Pierre-Louis Napoleon Cavaignac, who later became its British resident. This was the location of the executions of William MacNaughton and Muhammad Najibullah. One journey originating in this city was only survived by William Brindon, William Bryden, and commanded by William Elphinstone. One campaign whose target was this city was commanded by Frederick Bobbs Roberts. This city became the capital of an empire that won the Third Battle of Panipat, and Operation Storm 333 captured several key objectives in this city and successfully overthrew Hafizullah Amin. For 10 points, name this city the capital of a nation invaded by Britain, Russia, and the United States. And that would be Kabul.